Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Josh Many Things. My name is Josh, and I like many things. Tonight is Monday, which means I like to write. Alrighty here. Adjust this camera a little bit. There we go. Let me finish getting myself all situated. Move my keyboard to the center of my pull-out shelf here. Okay. Oof. Big ol' gracias to Mr. Reskin for showing up right whenever I am getting started. Tonight we are going to pause on this story, the Goblin Sapper story, and we're going to plot out another story tonight, I think. Mainly because we just hit a big part in and call it a separate story. Not quite ready to tackle it yet, so we're going to try to plot out another story. Ooh, that is hot. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to write a couple things I know about the story. So the story is going to be called The Moon God of Ashenvale. Genre. It's going to be a grim dark slash horror slash mystery. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here to my templates, which I believe has the new stuff. Yeah, it has all the new things. Okay. Before we do that, let me do this. Let's go over here. Add those. Yep. Okay. I'm going to compile that. So now we have everything right here. Export to Word doc. File name. This is templates v2. Export. All right. Turn down the music on the hair. Well, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Why is that not showing up where it's supposed to? There it is. All right. So what we are gonna do is come over here to Twitch, go to my channel, here in the chat, oh, here in the chat, mute that. All right. Manually unpinned. And then we need to come over here. I am streaming on both YouTube and on Twitch. Go to my channel. Currently live. Mute that. That there. And then in that message, and hopefully that stays there for a while. Okay. So I have gone ahead and pinned my templates. I've updated that this afternoon, added 4 more templates, including the horror cheat sheet, dramatic structure and plot, Dan Harmon story circle. Let's see, I think there was mystery, plot structure, terrifying horror fiction, and whatnot. Basically stuff to help me out with my new project that we're going to be starting. And close that. So yeah, that's available for anyone that wants to download it. And in the meantime, let's take a couple of these. Got a nice big gap there. I don't know which one I want to use yet. Ba, 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 ba. Excuse me. That is not a that is not a template. That's what I just did, isn't it? Try that again. Dan Harmon story circle. And let's do mystery plot structure. Okay. Delete that. Delete that. Did I delete my screen? I am currently, I minimized out of it. So like that. I was double checking something before I continued on. But yes, I did not want you to see what I was doing. It was a mystery. Yeah. Well, okay. So I was a little bit worried because when I came over here to templates and I went all the way down, it had my first story here underneath the templates, and I had just compiled everything. And I was like, oh no, did yeah, I don't know why this is in here like this. I don't know. So I'll just make sure that I wasn't giving away that story for free. So that's all. That's all. Nothing to worry about. Don't you take my name in vain. Okay, so the way I want to do this, I think we're going to be going about it kind of in a roundabout way. I didn't add these in quite in the order I meant to. So first, we are going to take all of this. We are going to cut it. We're going to go all the way back up to the top. We're going to use the Den Harmon method as the basis. All right, a character is in a zone of comfort, but they want something. They enter an unfamiliar situation. They adapt to it. They get what they want, but they pay a heavy price for it, then return to their familiar situation, having changed. So for those that are unfamiliar, which I don't know how you can be, Dan Harmon was the creator of Rick and Morty. I'm not saying he's a good guy, but can't deny that. Yes, he's right there, Rick and Morty. The story structure works. I mean, very popular TV show. Yes, Mr. Reskin, what can I do for you? You don't know who Dan Harmon is? Okay, all right. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to fill out these 8 steps here. So characters in a zone of comfort. So we have our Edwin Ravenmaw is on a routine audit. Let's add some info here. A scribe from the... Oh, geez, I can never remember how to spell this. Sometimes it just flies off of my fingers. There are other times it doesn't. Methane. All right. want me to do that. I don't know what I hit, but oh, I hit Control A. Oops, instead of Shift A. I know how to write. All right, add that to dictionary. Audit of the remote mountain village of Ashenvale. Okay. That makes sense, right? That is what he does. He should be comfortable with it. But they want something. This is an ethical quandary for Morty. The boy is put into a situation of guilt that compels him to go across the threshold and search for a way to undo the ethical damage that he perceives Rick is doing. Putting things right is Morty's want, which takes us to the next stage. Okay, so what does our main character want? Edwin wants to complete this audit of Ashenvale so that he can go back to the Athenaeum as he's been away for almost a year and would like to take a break. That makes sense to me. All right. They enter an unfamiliar situation. So even though he rarely defies his grandfather's instructions, Morty takes Rick's car keys and chases after the assassin, accidentally killing him in the process. He's now trapped in an intergalactic Federation outpost. Okay, so in this particular case, the audit goes wrong when he discovers a young girl being treated as a sacrifice for the village's so-called moon god. Okay. So they adapt to it. So bring up my stream manager over here on my phone. So it's a slightly larger screen for my chat than what's on my laptop. All right, so they adapt to it. Morty discovers an alien gas entity named Fart, who was the assassin's target, going against Rick's instructions once more and making what he believes to be the ethical choice. Morty liberates Fart from space jail and they make their escape. Okay. So in this particular case, as a scholar, Edwin doesn't believe that such a god could exist, as he's never heard of it before. He saves the child Let's see. All right, so he saves the child. There we go. He's adapted to it. Going against the Athenaeums. No. Think of it like Star Trek, right? So, you know, they're not supposed to meddle with the other civilizations. I forget what it's called. But no tampering policy. So I'm gonna call it. All right, so they get what they want. Morty has achieved his goal. He saved a life and stopped a prolific assassin, and now can rest assured that he's done the right thing. So, as we said before, Edwin saves the child and hides her in the village, or hides her outside of the village to protect her from the residents. Okay. Pay a heavy price for it. In the second half of the story, we start finding out that the act of saving that life is going to cost a lot of other people their lives. Harmon explains, bounty hunters and law enforcement are seeking the group, and Fart slaughters many space cops and innocent bystanders while Rick and Morty make their escape. So, in this particular case, the quote-unquote moon god is outraged at its free meal has been stolen from it, and now attacks the villagers. This causes the villagers to suspect that Edwin has something to do with the god's wrath, and they got a plan to feed him to the god instead. Okay. So then step 7 is after the escape, the gang returns to a place resembling normal life, a phase Harmon refers to as crossing the threshold, here metaphorical rather than a literal return home. At this point, Morty realizes that Fart is a truly malevolent creature and means to return with his people and destroy all carbon-based life. Note on the circle diagram, step 7, the return is directly opposite of step 3, where Morty first crossed the threshold into the unfamiliar situation. Balance and harmony are a big part of Harmon's approach to storytelling. So, we have your step 7. We go back up here to step 3. We find out the audit has gone wrong. We discover a young girl being treated as a sacrifice for the villagers, so-called moon god. So now we have to do something similar to that. So in this situation, I'm going to have Edwin uses his he's gained through his many years of study and travel to identify the moon god, and figures out a way to end the threat. Okay. Having changed. So Morty makes the decision to change into someone who kills, realizing that his belief that all lives must be saved, it is not an absolute truth. Some are more malevolent. He terminates Fart, thereby saving the universe, becoming someone different from the person he started as. As Harmon points out, this is not a show for kids. Not all protagonists need to learn universally positive messages for a story to ring true. Okay, so all right, so how are we going to make this work? So Edwin previously been a clean slate of share is now tainted by the becoming a god killer. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Okay. So there is a very basic plot outline using the Den-Harmon method. This gets the primary idea down, but I went ahead and I've added, what, 1, 2, 3, yep, 4. Yep. So now we have 4 more outlines that we need to see if we can't fit into our first one. Okay. Okay, we want to add some horror elements. Let's jump down here to the horror beat sheet. This follows a similar structure to Save the Cat. For those of you that are familiar with that plot point, I think I actually have that over here in my templates, don't I? I need to add that. I have Save the Pet, Save the Cat. Save the Pet is a different one. That's showing a trying to describe remember how to can't even talk now. Trying to remember how to describe it. I believe in, just click on it. So the plan is inspired by a popular story structure method that defines beats or key plot points. Okay, so yeah, this is the one. Never mind. I do have it on here. It's just called Save the Pet. I was thinking of something different. Anywho. Okay. So we don't need... this top part. Let's leave the title so I don't forget what it is I'm working on. Okay. So horror has a slightly different structure than other stories, and for that reason, I don't think a classic beat sheet works quite right for it. So with that in mind, here is my somewhat adapted version drawn from my studios of horror media. Various beats can be reorganized somewhat and will vary a bit depending on subgenre and other considerations. But if you need help in establishing a horror plot, this beat sheet should help guide the way. Okay. So, taking this, we have the setup. So what I can do is... see. First off, we need to take this and we're going to X that, come back up here to right below our Dan Harmon method. I'm going to paste it back in there. This needs to be better. Okay. So we know that Edwin is going for an audit in this remote mountain village. So let's add... See, the reader catches an early glimpse of the monster or a hint that the monster exists. This is optional and may occur right away, often as a prologue, or after the main characters have been introduced. So in this particular case, I'm thinking we add hints that there is a monster crawling around in the forest that surrounds Ashenvale. Let's take some ideas from Reskin. I'm pretty sure you're still the only person watching at the moment. Let's see. There could be a let's put a I don't know, dead animal corpse. There could be maybe there's footprints or fur that hold on. What's the word I'm trying to... Unclassified footprints or fur found. Maybe there's some strange noises. Or lack of noises. Like the forest is too quiet. Maybe there's some totems depicting some kind of monstrous creature. What do you mean that's not how you spell monstrous? Oh. Okay. What else? What else could we put that hints that there could be a monster prowling around the forest? Just little hints. Maybe there's a foul stench in the air. I don't want to say rumors because that's a little on the nose, you know? What do you think, Resgan? Are you even listening? Or you just got me on video feed? You just lurking, huh? All right, we'll come back to that. So putting the players in action, you introduce the important characters in the primary internal conflict. So we need to come up with an internal conflict. Let me see. Uno momento. I've got my writing tablet in this bag. I do not. It's over on my nightstand. Mind. So we need some type of internal conflict. Internal conflict. Okay. So in this particular case, we have, so we meet Edwin, who is the protagonist. Meet Edwin, protagonist, who is struggling with his desire to follow the I already forgot how to spell it. Athenaeum. Dang it. I didn't get it. Athenaeum strict policies over his desire to save an innocent life. This could also be a conflict of religious views. Uh-oh. Just a heads up, Mr. Reskin is cheating and is streaming some Rocket League. How dare he? How dare you? I want everyone to go over to Reskin's channel and type "How dare you" into the chat. All Reskin of you. Okay, we're going to take a short break real quick so I can get some water, and I'll be right back. I'm back. See? I am back. Okay. So, going back on. So let's set up. This is all in Act 1, quote unquote. Putting the players in action. We meet Edwin, the protagonist. Okay, we did that. Setting them on the path. The characters make a choice that inadvertently isolates them or places them on a collision course with the monster. This is when Edwin saves the girl from a sacrifice. How did I misspell? Oh, I missed an I. To the moon god. The warning, the characters are given an opportunity to turn back, but choose not to. Could occur before or after the first contact with the monster. Perhaps the villagers discover the girl is missing and suspect Edwin is the culprit. They warn that the girl must be returned, else they all will face the wrath of the moon god. First contact with the monster. The characters have their initial contact with the monster, but are unaware of the true threat it poses. Okay. This is going to be, I think, some killings off screen. So, the villagers and village animals are found gruesomely torn to pieces the next morning. Okay. Act 2, the turn. Stuff gets real. Maybe the first death or when Cersei's put. Okay, so let's change. This needs to be here. So here is as night falls, eerie howls pierce the darkening sky. The chase. The monster pursues the characters who lack the skills to fight it. One or more people may die here. Pieces early into the night. There we go. All right. Let's do some of the village animals are found gruesomely torn to pieces the next morning. Okay. And then The following night. This is monster chases villagers. Attacks the village once again. Edwin has been imprisoned at this point and lacks his tools to fight. Okay. Failed confrontation. The main character attempts to destroy the monster, but does not yet possess the ability. All right. So in this case, we've got Edwin uses his quill, which is a magic spear-like weapon used by scribes of the Athenaeum. It's unable to do a serious damage to the creature. Darkest hour, all hope appears lost. Perhaps someone more important has died, or the hero has tried everything they could think of. The link between the internal conflict and the monster may become clear to the character here. Okay. So, after failing to defeat the monster, Edwin struggles with his belief or lack thereof as he struggles to, or as he wrestles with the indecision is to, man, none of these words want to come to my mind. I feel like I'm slogging through molasses trying to pull them out of my brain. Wrestles with his decision to meddle village's despair on top of not despair on the villages affairs. That's not despair. See what I'm saying? On top of everything else, the girl he had saved the beginning is found dead where he had hidden her. Okay. Let's rearrange this because I actually think I want him to find the girl dead. So let's put that up here. And make that like that. Okay. The Prestige, a different solution. The hero gains new information on how to defeat the monster. This may be delivered by someone they seek out for help, or may come through soul searching and observation. After asking around, Edwin discovers that the sacrifices must be made during the full moon, which leads our hero to discover, to realize that he is dealing with a werewolf. That's 2 stories now that have werewolves in it. What can you do? Seeking out the beast. For the first time, the hero purchases the monster rather than fleeing it. They intend to. Alright, so in this one, Edwin sets traps for the monster. And lures the beast into said traps. Okay. The true cost is revealed. In the process of creating the monster, the hero realizes that to overcome it, internal conflict must be encountered and defeated. This is the hidden cost. The hero will be irrevocably changed. So what was the internal conflict? Who remembers? Okay. The village will need to die in order to weaken or distract the beast. Edwin can deliver the killing blow. Faced with the ultimate choice, the hero either succeeds in defeating their internal conflict and winning against the monster, or fails and ultimately succumbs to their weakness. So, since this is going to be a series, they have to succeed. So, we will have the village chief sacrifices himself so that Edwin can beat the monster. Okay, the consequences of village is now leaderless, and their faith is stronger than ever. They believe that the moon god can't be killed by any normal person and will return in due course. And so the sacrifices shall continue. If the hero fails, show the monster relishing its victory in a changed world. If there's okay. As Edwin leaves the village, an eerie howl can be heard. Oh, a series of eerie howls can be heard coming down from the peaks of the snowy mountains. Okay. So then we have our horror beats. Rebuild it for momentum. Okay. Cross wasn't access to the page of the novel, separating it to X. Access is raising the stakes and with them tension. Or represents. Okay. So dramatic openings and questions they posed. Baby is found abandoned on the steps. PI village gives a late night telephone call. Write an opening that captures the reader's attention without shooting yourself in the foot. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm not going to do this plot structure. So this is less mystery as it is monster hunting. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I may come back and look at these other couple of plot points at some point, but at this rate, I'm actually thinking that it is just a grimdark horror and not so much a mystery. When I had the original idea for the story, it was going to be a more of a mystery of who was the werewolf, but I'm thinking that that may not be the case anymore. What we could do we could do a monster is revealed to be the young girl's older brother. Why not? Just a little more icing on the cake. And let's also say here for the inevitable fallout, village now believes the sacrifices are reborn as moon gods themselves. Okay. So that's pretty depressing. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't want to turn him into a sleuth. I want this to be a down and dirty grimdark horror with a guy who is being forced into a monster hunter job. Yep. Well, what's going on, Irie? How's it going? And it's been a minute since I've done any writing. I've got an event coming up this weekend, and I've been trying to get all that ready to go, and then trying to stream with my buddy Reskin whenever he gets the chance. Kind of, it's always on my writing days. It's always on my writing days. That's when he's able to stream. So, but we are plotting out another story. This one is going to be a grimdark horror story. And we have used the Dan Harmon story circle for the overarching plot line, followed by this horror beat sheet that I found online to fill in the gaps. Both of those could be found in the pinned comments section. The pinned, if it's still there. I don't even know if it's still there. Let me look. There should be a pinned comment that has no, of course it's not there anymore. Hold on, let me put it back up. Templates, share, copy link, paste. There we go. Pin until I manually unpin it or end the stream. So that link will take you to a Google Docs file that has all of my templates over here, which you can't see because my head is in the way. But all these templates over here, I added like 4 or 5 this afternoon. that are horror themed and mystery themed. So yeah, updated template list for anyone that wants it. Okay. So we've got chapter 1. Let's see. I want to. Trying to think of how I want to do this. So I don't want to put chapter 1. I'm trying to go for a style. Grimbark. Let's see. I know with like some of the sci-fi books I've listened to, they use like Sector 1. The books I just listened to were weird. Like there were 4 chapters, but each chapter had like 4 or 5 parts. So it'd be like chapter 4, part 1, and then it would be like a 25-minute listen. I mean, we could just leave it at chapter 1 for now. Some I definitely want to change in the future. Chapter 2. I forgot what we were doing here. Thousand divided by 3, 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 8, after 9, 10, 11, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Toss those up there. And then need 25. We need 2 and act 3. Okay, we want. Oop, wrong button. There we go. Those 2 up in there. What if I would stop hitting the wrong buttons? Those in there. Stop hitting the caps lock. There we go. All right, now we want to do 1, 2, 3. Act 1 plot. To plot. Act 3 plot. Okay. So Act 1 plot needs to go up here, obviously. Act 2 needs to go there. And Act 3 needs to go there. Come back in here. We've got our beat sheet. We are going to go X, paste. Act 2. Excuse me. X. There. And then Act 3. Cut. And paste. Okay, now we can delete that. Okay. Okay, I am satisfied with that. We've got our story plotted out using a mixture of the Dan Harmon method and a horror beat sheet that I found. It's quite disconcerting, though, that Act 2 has less words than Act 1 and Act 3. And Act 2 is supposed to be 50% bigger. But it is what it is. Golly, I've got all this open. Close all of these. I don't need all of them open. Okay. That's going to be it for me. I appreciate everyone that stopped by. And, well, I close that out. So no more music. Sorry. Hold on. There we go. Appreciate everyone that stopped by and said hello. We'll be back tomorrow with more Paladins. And Wednesday, more writing. And now we have 2 stories to work off of. So might jump back and forth. We'll see. And then Friday, I will not be on. Not in the traditional sense. Most likely, I will be out of town. And same thing with Sunday. I won't be back home until Monday. So there might not be a writing stream next Monday either. We will see. We'll see how tired I am. But yeah, appreciate everybody. And we'll catch you all next time.